Hello, and welcome to 5 for Friday for this Friday, June 3rd, the end of our short week. I hope when you watch this video or read the newsletter that you're thinking about how these news stories might actually have an impact on your business or your customers or suppliers in the near future, or even a few years into the future. That's the goal here, to help point out stories that are signals of change. Hopefully they alert you to something you didn't know about or inspire you to take a look at your strategic plan as you consider how to grow your business in the future. That's kind of my goal here. So anyway, with that, let's get started. We start with story number 1. The future of transportation is caught up in red tape. Even if we can invent flying cars, driverless cars, and delivery drones, we can't easily maneuver around ancient regulations and infrastructure that didn't anticipate these changes. Where do you land a giant eVTOL, and who monitors drone delivery accidents? Air traffic control towers will watch literally thousands of different sized flying devices at all different altitudes? How will that work? We're just not there yet. All right. And when it comes to story number 2, some states are there and some aren't just yet. I'm talking about cannabis, legal sales of it, that is. Let's call them legacy cannabis entrepreneurs, are working hard to set up a legal version of their business, but there are lots of hoops to jump through with licensing and registration and funding and so forth. And one big company has decided that the future is in cannabis. Which company, you ask? Why, it's Scott's Miracle-Gro, of course. They formed a subsidiary that's buying up hydroponics company, planning to be the #1 supplier of equipment for cannabis growers. Smart. No growing or selling of weed themselves, but still a huge opportunity for them. How soon before the whole market is dominated by giant companies? All right, moving on to story number 3, summer shortages. This includes shortages of teen employees to serve as lifeguards, camp counselors, and amusement park ride monitors. Despite raises in hourly rates, teens are just not interested, not when used cars and gas are so pricey. And even if you can hire some teens to work at your movie theater, we're expecting shortages of popcorn bags, paper cups, and candy packaging. So much for those huge concession profit margins. All right, and for story number 4, we look at the future of B2C business. How might these changes translate to B2B in the coming years? Give it some thought. First, we've got to move to more self-checkout lines. This includes Dollar General, where they're moving exclusively to self-checkout in their stores. And Circle K is testing out a new version of self-checkout that uses AI to identify all the items on the counter and ring them up automatically, typically only taking 10 seconds. No more grocery check clerks in the future, I guess. In addition, some hotels are trying to create a hotel room version of StubHub that relies on NFTs, and Dyson is developing robots that can take on household chores like picking up toys and cleaning your sofa. But be on the lookout for all those handy apps on your phone. Tim Hortons is in deep trouble for tracking the location of all of its app users all of the time, which is not quite what the fans of Timbits thought they signed up for. And then let's talk tech and the future for story number 5. This includes some ethical concerns about the use of AI and algorithms that tend to be as biased as the data going into them was. And it's time to be concerned about AI learning all about you from your voice. So consider using a voice recognition privacy speech changer that will make it harder for AI to identify you when you're chatting with Google or Alexa. Be on the lookout for some upcoming technology, including quantum computing on the quantum internet, power beaming as a source of power that will eliminate plugs for good, 3D printed body parts using our own cartilage, and tiny nanobots we swallow to perform surgery or identify diseases, and then their own little tiny GPS tracker to find them inside our bodies. And finally, since the recession has been an ongoing topic, I decided to offer a new feature here at 5 for Friday. Each week I'll share a list of news items from the week that falls into 3 recession categories: pessimistic, optimistic, and neutral. You can see a summary sentence about each news story and draw your own conclusions. So take a look in the newsletter. Thanks for joining me this week on 5 for Friday. Make sure you read through the newsletter to get some more details and my take on each of these topics. And have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.